good. And at this age, doctor's appointments are getting weirder and weirder, right? It's getting weirder. Everybody wants to look up my butt. I'm like, what is it? What is it you people are looking for? You know, but they do. They just look at the chart and like, okay, well, everything looks great, but we're going to need to do a rectal exam. And I'm like, well, okay, but, you know, I'm just here to get my teeth clean, right? Like, this is a little invasive. Yeah. It's very strange. And I had to go to the dermatologist. That is not supposed to be a big deal appointment, right? I had to get naked at the dermatologist's office. And I'm like, seriously? He goes, yeah, we need to do a full body scan. I'm like, how much of this looks like it has ever been exposed to direct sunlight? So I'm naked, and I'm standing there, and he looks up from my chart, rolls his eyes, is like, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to lift up your breast. And I'm like, didn't used to have to do that. Like, they used to just stay right where they are. Now it's like, you know those like sad windsock things outside of mattress sales, you know, and they're flopping around. But it's like the end of day, so they're losing power. That's kind of like what I got going on up here, you know, so I throw him over my shoulder. And he takes out this little pen light. And he looks underneath, he's like, I'm not too concerned. I think most of these dark spots are just due to aging. I'm like, what? Dark spots? Aging? Well, what are the other dark spots? He's like, it's just a couple chocolate chips. I was mortified. And then he's like, and I quote, has anyone checked your rectum? I'm like, everybody. What are you looking for? And he said to me, he's like, there has been a serious uptick in rectal melanoma. I'm like, we're just gonna have to let me go, right? Like, if that is happening, I've accepted it, and so should you. Just speak well of me to my family. Because I cannot have my pimple doctor look at my butthole. Like, we can't do that. We can't do it at all. And it's just, the dignity. And then you see those commercials for the transvaginal mesh, right? We've all seen the transvaginal mesh commercials. Nobody knows what it is or what it does, but it is falling out of women all over America. There is a woman in Texas who got $7.5 million because her mesh fell out, right? The rest of us are playing Powerball. I'm like, get the mesh. Like, it's better odds, right? It really is. The ad on television is like, millions of women are suffering in silence from vaginal erosion. I'm like, what? I know a lot of women. We don't suffer in silence about anything, you know? We're like, I'm too hot. I'm too cold. My vagina is eroding. Like, we're gonna mention it, right? We're gonna mention it. And ladies, what is our least favorite doctor's appointment? Yeah, absolutely, the gynecologist, right? Just out of curiosity, has any woman in this theater ever made it close enough to the end of the table on the first scoot down? No woman in the history of gynecology has ever made it close enough to the end of the table on the first scoot down. Nobody ever sticks that landing. Like, you think you're gonna stick it, you never stick it. He's like, come on, scoot down. Come on, scoot down. Come on, scoot down a little bit more. I'm like, dude, my hoo-ha is on your face. He's like,
perfect.
You are sitting on a stool with wheels. You scoot up! I can't believe I got a pedicure for this shit, right?